Hey folks, happy Friday. Anthony Special here again with Special Analysis, unedited and on the edge of the market. Most of you who are watching the market on a semi-daily basis realize that we had a significant pullback across the entire energy sector, which really was a pull on the entire commodity sector. And with that being said, the commodities had really been way overextended. Maybe not energy so much, but the rest of the stuff, in fact, really was blown out of proportion. And in reality, energy prices are somewhat manufactured based upon policies that have been instilled. So, I don't want to take that away in too much of a sentence, but we'll leave that for another day. But with that being said, this obviously affects the broader commodity market. And when the energy sector pulls back, it's common to see the gasoline futures pull back, the natural gas futures pull back, things of that nature. Now, I don't believe that this was a trend-changing affair, at least not yet, but we need to acknowledge its existence, and we need to look for opportunities as they come about. So that's what we're going to discuss today. We're going to discuss the opportunities on natural gas. When I say look at, when I look at energy, I look at quite a few things. I look at WTI, I look at Brent, I look at gasoline futures, I look at natural gas, I look at propane. All that stuff kind of falls into play. You don't want to be too leveraged into multiples because when one moves, normally they all move, at least to some extent. But we have to identify the opportunity when they're there. So this is a counter trend trade. I have a lot of clients that actually really like these counter trend trades. Now, it's different for everyone. The way your trade plan is set up, what your comfort level is, what your risk tolerances are. But counter trend trades, more often than not, believe it or not, actually do work as long as they're set up properly. Myself personally, I like to stack as many odds in my favors as I can, and believe it or not, sometimes those trades don't work perfectly. But anyway, we're going to cover this. I'm going to break down the analysis. I'm going to show you the opportunity and let you see it for yourself. So big picture, just scaling back here. Back 2014, you could see natural gas was on its way down, but we kind of bottomed out right here, December 20, and we've been kind of off to the races since. So, as I zoom in, you can see that this becomes much more exaggerated and definable uptrend. We have support, we have resistance, broke to the upside, made some form of a top here, and rolled over with, again, the broader energy sector, commodity sector as a whole. Now, what do I look for? I look for confirmation. I look for risk management. I look for opportunities that I try to stack them in my favor as best possible. This trade does not, or would have not, met my criteria. However, my clients don't all trade the exact same way I do. Some of them trade much shorter term, but they use this macro data to say, hey, listen, Anthony's got a sell signal. If I can find a way on a shorter term time frame to integrate this sell signal, limit my risk, and capitalize my opportunity to make money, well, heck yeah, I'm going to do it. And there are ways to do it. Listen, you can look at 4-hour charts, you can look at 2-hour charts, you can look at 1-hour charts. You could dial this down as much as you want. I look at weekly and monthly charts simply because I take all the chatter out. I have no interest in the chatter. I am just looking for high probability setups for myself and for my clients. What my clients do with the information, how they form it and mold it into their own trade plan is ultimately up to them. But let me show you what happened here. So we had this big run up and we had this big rollover. There was big conviction in this selling candle here. You could see it. I would have liked to have seen higher volume, but it did break 1 support structure, 2, and 3. Let me tell you, if you're going to break 3 support structures in a week, there's likely to be some significant follow-through, and that's ultimately what happened here. So here's the sell signal, 2368. For my setup, I'd have to place a stop way up here, back where the buyers were in control, where the sellers had overtaken. So, this is a huge stop. That's why I say when I share this information with my clients, many of them probably, they take this information and they use it on smaller time frames, which is fine. I have no problem with that. My goal is to give them actionable information. This was an actionable sell signal with an actionable, obtainable goal, and that's exactly what happened. So, sells here, Targets here slightly ascending. So the original target was at 1940. By the time it got filled, it was at 1975. Still 13%, and this is 13% in 2 weeks. This didn't take 2 months. This didn't take 2 years. It's 13% in just 2 weeks. So if you're, if you have a creative method or your trade plan dials in using some shorter term strategies or shorter term indicators or whatever it may be, when these sell signal or buy signals come along, there is merit to them. They don't always set up on the time frame that I'm looking at them on, but if you dialed this down again into a 4-hour chart, into a 2-hour chart, a 1-hour chart, you would be able to then identify some shorter term support and resistance and be able to find a tighter stop, let that profit run, and this can be, you could be wildly successful. I give, for me, my job is to deliver information. That's what my clients pay me for. They pay me for information. They pay me for the pros, the cons, and my thought process. Ultimately, again, what they do with that is completely and totally up to them. I cannot control or dictate what they do with their own money. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I am merely somebody who knows how to read a chart and has proven themselves profitable for many, many years. So if you'd like to learn more, within the email below the video link, there is a link to learn more about the weekly market report. You can read about it. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to email me, info@specialanalysis.com. I will be more than happy to have a phone conversation if needed, a digital meeting, whatever works for you. If it's not a right fit, I'm not interested in wasting your money or my time. But if you are looking for opportunities, I am identifying them on a weekly basis. It takes me about 30 to 40 hours between Friday and Sunday to put the report together and get it out there to my paid clients. But it's worth every bit of it because they're finding great success, and if they're successful, I'm successful, and everybody's happy. So I hope you had a great week. I hope you have good plans set up for this weekend. I hope you enjoy yourself, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. And I will see you next week, same time, same place.